Points to this being isolated. All information is that the treatments that are being provided immediately will allay any additional concerns.
Governor Greg Abbott says this is the first time a brain-eating amoeba has been found in Texas public water. This after a Houston area city now facing water restrictions. Thanks for joining us for 25 News at 6. Texas Governor Greg Abbott met with Lake Jackson officials today about fighting a brain-eating parasite. But if it can happen in one town, what about the Brazos Valley? 25 News reporter Halle Jones has more.
State officials met this afternoon to discuss the early stages of the investigation into the brain-eating amoeba that has been detected in the Lake Jackson city water supply that killed a 6-year-old boy. Josiah McIntyre died on September 8th after days of complaining of flu-like symptoms.
Fevers, chills, nausea and vomiting. Sometimes you'll get neck stiffness, and then this will progress to headaches.
Those symptoms associated with that of amoeba, a microorganism that attacks the brain.
The thought is that they go up through our nose, and since our nasal cavities sit right on the skull base right there, we think that they just penetrate through that epithelium space of the tissue, essentially.
Josiah's death sparking an investigation of the Brazos Port Water Authority system.
The immediate suspected cause of this was a splash pad that has now been shut down.
Lake Jackson officials, the Center of Disease Control, the Brazoria County Health Department, and the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality conducted an elaborate test of 11 locations on September 22nd.
Then I believe the family had several locations at their house tested. We had our splash pads tested, and also we tested a part of the distribution system.
3 days later, Lake Jackson City Manager Modesto MUNDO receiving the results of 3 positive locations.
So on the 25th, we were aware of that, and that was we had those results with the DSHS and the CDC at the same time, and that started the chain reaction of notifying everyone.
Lake Jackson is under a boil water notice as the TCEQ is testing the system. Executive Director Toby Baker saying it could take months to clear Lake Jackson's drinking water.
So there's going to be 2 prongs that are going to have to happen. One is focused on the disinfectant side, and so that is 2 to 3 weeks to get through the boil water notice. That takes care of the bacteria concerns that we have. At that point, the city is going to be asked to up their chlorine to 1 milligram per liter. It's going to be very high chlorine levels in the system. Once they get to that level, they're going to have to keep the entire system at that level for 60 days.
Questions remain as to how Josiah got infected through the city's water supply. Doctors say the only way to get infected is by water going up your nasal cavity.
No other way to get it. You cannot get that infection from drinking the water or merely showering in it or that sort of thing. You have to get it deep up your sinuses. And that's part of the reason why it's such a rare occurrence for that to happen.
Lake Jackson has an estimated 27,000 residents that are under the current boil water notice. Reporting in Bryan, Halle Jones, 25 News.